Good rising. Good rising, tribe. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Karen B, episode 6. It is August 6th, actually. Episode 6, August 6th, 2021. I have a pimple under my lip. Sorry, it's bothering me. Thank you for being here. It's Friday. Friday. Brian, 5 sugars white. I wonder if Brian is still overdosing on sugar over there in California. I was trying to get him off the sugar here. I had him using like xylitol and erythritol a little bit more. Brian, I hope you're keeping up with that. You gotta get yourself off that sugar. Throw another 6 in. My goodness. Carl, what time is it? It's like 9 in the evening over there where you're at, isn't it? Down under. Down under. You want to see my shirt? Let's see. 1 gun, 2 gun, red gun, blue gun. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. Hi. Honey and coffee? That sounds kind of weird. Maybe it would be good though. I don't put any sweetener in my coffee. I drink it black. Or I put a little bit of milk in it. Or heavy cream if I feel like I want that extra fatty oomph. 1:05 a.m. Wow. Yeah. So you're pretty much on the opposite side of the plane. That's so weird. Isn't that weird how that works? It's dark where you're at, Carl? Dude, the Earth must be a globe. That means that we're on a ball and I'm on the side of the ball that can see that big fireball and you're not. Honey and coffee is amazing, huh? I'll have to try that, but I don't even really like using a sweetener in coffee anymore. Irish cream, a little bit of Kahlua maybe. Even that's a little bit too sweet for me now, though. I don't... Upside down, that's right. How is everybody this morning? How is my sound? Actually, I turned my gain down. I turned the gain down a little bit last night because, you know, I was on the stream with Brian and Truthseeker69 last night. I don't know if you guys were there, but we were getting a little loud. And, you know, and I guess I was louder than Brian, so I turned my gain down, turned it back up a little bit. I like my coffee straight up black, no sweetener or milk. I like that too, especially if it's really good coffee. Just black. Just drink it like that. It's good. Yeah. Just sugar substitutes. MK Ultra says, Earth, you don't have to be crazy to live here, but it helps. Dr. Seuss. Yeah, August 6th on episode 6. Episode 6 on August 6th. 6-6. 6-6. Where can we get another 6 from? We need another one. We need a 666. You need a 666. Marty Leeds. I saw Marty drop by just a second ago at D-Live. Marty Leeds will be at Flattoberfest this year, you guys. How awesome is that? I'm stoked. I'm stoked. We're gonna have a great time. Let me talk about that really quick. Let me get that out of the way because there are some people. Hold on. There are some people who have vouchers for the event, free vouchers, free ticket vouchers for. Let me move this so I can get it all on screen. For this year's Flattoberfest, for 2021 Flattoberfest. If you have a voucher, I would show you a picture of what they look like, but I don't want people trying to forge one. But I made these vouchers. They're about the size of a dollar bill, and I had 7 of them, and I put them inside the piñatas last year at Flattoberfest, and at the end of the night, we busted open these piñatas, and anybody who was still hanging around at the end of the night when the piñata got busted open, they got free tickets to this year's Flattoberfest. And there was 7 vouchers, and only 3 of them have been redeemed so far. So I just want to let it be known. Oh, I need to turn that call-in number off because I don't have that up yet. My phones aren't open, so don't call me yet. If you got one of those vouchers, you need to email me at this email address up here that says flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. Email me there. Show me a picture of your voucher, and I will make sure that you get your free entrance to this year's Flattoberfest. Okay? So, voucher holders for Flattoberfest, email Karen B at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. If you have any questions about the event or what's going on or something regarding that, flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. Okay? flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. I'm going to keep saying it so everybody knows, because I'll get emails to Unveiling This Realm. I'll get them in my personal email or like an email address. I saw one come in there, and I hardly even look for stuff like that in that email, and I could have totally missed it. Like, it's just by luck that I found it. So please, anything regarding the event, flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com, so that I can keep track of it. Okay? I can't go hunting around for all your emails, you guys. Please email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com if you have any concerns surrounding the event. Please. Okay? Can you buy tickets at the door? David Vincent, I don't know. To be honest with you, it depends how many tickets sell beforehand, and I'm not gonna lie, I've sold close to a third of the tickets already. Close to a third. Maybe not quite a third. Maybe somewhere between a fourth and a third. More, you know. It's so... I know, Carl. Listen, I got a lot going on. I'm a one-man show. A one-woman show, I should say. I'm a one-woman show, and I'm doing all this stuff on my own. And I just really need things to go to the right place so that I can keep track of stuff. Please help me. Help me to help you and send it to the right place. Okay? flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. Okay, what else was I saying? About the vouchers. Email me if you have a voucher. And I was telling you that, yeah. Sold a lot of tickets already, okay? So, and the hotel's filling up. So to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know if I can sell tickets at the door. Some people want to pay cash for the tickets. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. It depends how many tickets are left. And then, you know, I don't know. Yeah. It's gonna be difficult to say because if I sell Cash App. Okay, check it out. If you want to buy tickets via Cash App, like if you don't use PayPal or you don't have a credit card, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. Okay? How about that? Email me if you want to pay a different way. If you really don't want to use the other things. Okay? Email me and then I can put you in the system that way. I mean, that's not ideal, but I will do it because I get it. I get it. I get that PayPal sucks. And I get that credit cards suck. I totally get it. Yeah, because it's hard to set up, it's hard to get set up to take cash at the door. And then it also depends how many tickets sell beforehand because I can't oversell. There's a capacity limit to the event. So, it really depends. I guess I'll know the answer to that question as we get closer to the event. And that's how it always is. I don't know. There you go, Spicy Sarah. Get a gift card and buy it like that. You can do that. That's a good way to do it. But I will work with you if you want to do it through Cash App. You can email me. Okay. Money orders to P.O. Box. Money orders to a P.O. Box. Well, I guess. But you're gonna have to do that soon. If you're gonna do it that way, you better do it soon. Email me. Look, if you want to set up these different ways to get tickets ahead of time, just email me, you guys. flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. Because that's... Email me. I know, it's hard. But I'll work with you. I will try to figure it out. And if I can sell tickets at the door, if I haven't sold enough tickets beforehand, I will let everybody know. Although, that's going to be, I guess, for people who are closer. You don't exactly want to... Although, really, if you're coming from out of town, you're going to be surrounded by flat earthers. And if that's all you really want, you're going to get it. So... if that's all you really want is to be surrounded by flat earthers, you will get it. If you show up to Spartanburg that weekend. Right? You know what? I've been saying for a long time the flat earth because my position in FE Corps is secretary, right? That's my title in the paperwork. I mean, it's not like what you think of when you hear secretary, though. It's nothing like that. It's not it's not like an executive assistant. But I kept saying the flat earth secretary needs a secretary. Flat Earth secretary needs a secretary. Yeah, you can hang in the parking lot just like it's a Grateful Dead show. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Not that it's like that. It's not like a Grateful Dead show, but it is funny. Everybody's hanging out, having a good old time. You will... It's impossible to not have fun. Impossible. That's right. Yes, Ted helps me. Oh, okay. So, I'm getting distracted by chat. Cheers for the... Oh, thank you. New subscriber. Cheers. Thank you for subscribing on Rockfin and supporting free speech. You're the fucking bomb. All right. I wanted to share with you I just wanted to basically talk about someone in the community who's been doing some really cool stuff for a long time. And she's just awesome. She's awesome. And what is her, let me just bring her over here. I think you guys can see that now. Yes, this is Lisa. Lisa, she is in the UK. She was part of the Globeli tour, the UK Globeli tour that went on in 2019. She was in Amsterdam when I went to the Amsterdam conference and participated in that. She was there and I met her there, and she's really sweet. Anyway, she sings and she writes poetry, and the way she's been doing her activism lately during this whole COVID thing is she does chalk art out on the street, and her drawings are really cool, and I wanted to show them to you guys. And she has a blog. And I wish I could find the link to the blog. I can't find it right now. But she does these really cool chalk drawings on the street. And a lot of the time she'll put messages, like she writes, see how she writes? She'll write poems in the street, activist messages. And she talks about, flat Earth and the and the pandemic. I'm still on YouTube. I hate that. I hate that you have to censor yourself for YouTube so that you don't lose your shit. That's why I turn it off after a while. I kill YouTube and then I go continue this coffee talk elsewhere after a little bit. But before I do that, I did want to show Lisa's work because she does really cool stuff. I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool way to do activism. You put these messages out there on the street, and look, see here, she's talking about GO, an industrial chemical discovered in the Pfizer, Wetsky. And so she puts that stuff all over, Here, this one's really cool. The Tree of Life. I just think it's really cool. There you go. She just does neat stuff. I think it's a great way because you're not hurting anything. The rain will wash it away. It's not like graffiti. It's not anything harmful. Look at that. That is so cool, Lisa. We're streaming on Facebook, by the way. If you're watching on Facebook, you should go, you know, give her a like. Give her a like. Oops, I haven't. Love it. Love it. I think it's just, I like this stuff. This is what we need to do. We need to, you know, use art and music and all this stuff is the best way. Oh, look at, good girl, Lisa. She's great. She's great. To convey to people what's going on, you know? This is a great way to get people to look. Look at this. She did a copy of the Flammarion. Isn't that awesome? This is what she's doing. This is great. I don't know if Cammie's seen that. I'm sure she has. I know Cammie loves a Flammarion. So, Lisa. There it is, rawwildpoet.blogspot.com. Let's .blogspot.com. That's what it is. There we go. So she's got this blog here. Here we go. My chalk art. See, these are really cool. Here's some other ones she's done. There we go. That's the right. This is another good one that she did, the heart field. And then that's got the sacred geometry in there. And the chakras. I love it. This is cool. The Emperor wears no clothes. Look at, oh, this is a good one too. The cymatic pattern of 432 hertz. See, this is cool. This is why I got all stoked. I felt like I had to show you guys. Let me put this link. If you guys want to go peruse through her stuff, I just adore what she's doing. I think it's the coolest thing. So I just wanted to give Lisa, our girl Lisa, a shout out. Hey, Redondo Rocket. Have a good workout. What are you guys talking about? Boy, you got arrested for chalking? Wow, did you really? Did you really get arrested for chalking? Yeah. Okay, anyways, yes. I like chalking. Chalk, look, television. These are cool ideas. If you guys, if you have some artistic, you know, talent, there you go. Here's something you can do. I'm sick and I'm tired and I'm not going to take it anymore. Arr! Look at this girl, she's on lockdown, right? Chalking is the new normal. Chalk your talk. Realize, realize, realize. Research World Doctors Alliance. See, that's so great. I just think it's cool. This is a great way to get the message out and make the world a better place. Time to install your update. There's Lisa. That's Lisa right there. She's the raw wild poet gal. These are cool. Love it. Higher minded art. a psychological war and a spiritual battle, and we are being rounded up like cattle. Stay strong, question everything, listen to your intuition, and speak your truth with an open heart. I love it. There you go. We're told that the liturgy is just around the corner. I don't know what that... liturgy? Control through fear of death coupled with divide and conquer. Anyway, great artwork, Lisa. Great job on your activism. She's been an activist for quite some time now. Chalk against the machine. Anyway, oh, I guess she did have a petition that she was having everybody sign. Did everybody sign it? 505 of 600 signatures. Oh my gosh, you guys go sign the petition. So that Lisa can keep doing her work. Anyway, there you go. I thought that was a cool thing to share. What Lisa's doing over there in the UK. You know, they're having such a hard time over there. They've really been going through it. The UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada are, it's like that's the beginning. That's the proving grounds for this whole thing. And so really, you know, it's going to kind of set the tone for how things go, I think, over the next few years, what happens in those countries, how this turns out, this struggle that's going on right now, right? So it's a very tumultuous time. Okay, sorry, I was just checking in chat. Looking in chat. Is anybody talking in chat? Who may be bringing their talent and art to the vendor's booth? Well, I don't know. Oh, Watson's coming with art. I know that Watson has is having a table. Scooter will be there. I don't know if he's gonna bring any of his goodies or not, but I know I'm having to make shirts for the event. Somebody else wanted a table, an art table, but I'm actually not sure if I have enough room for that one, because they wanted a lot of space, and I gotta go over my floor plan and make sure that I can do it. I'm not sure. And I actually need to go down to that venue and go walk around and see how much more room I may have for any more tables there, because I'm getting a little skinny on room on the tables and vendors area. So I'm gonna have to go do that this week. Yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that. Yeah, I'd rather live one day as a lion than 1,000 years as a sheep. Yep, that's what... Great messages on her stuff, huh? British equivalent. Liturgy is the British equivalent of American cooties. Okay. Highly infectious imaginary disease. Seems like all things that we thought were highly infectious are imaginary. Unless it's poison. Or toxins. right? Right. Karen, me, check email. Nemo, okay, yeah. I think you asked for a big spot. I don't know if I have a big spot like that. I don't think I can accommodate something that big. You might have to scale it down if you want a table. That's right. Music resonates across the flat plane. All right. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Thanks, Lisa, for sharing. And she also does really good poetry. I wonder if she's got any of her poems up here. Here. I don't know. But anyway, she does cool stuff. Cheers, Lisa. All right. What else? What else was going on today? I may need to go have a refill on my coffee. I'm dangerously low on coffee right now. Dangerous. I'm like running on fumes here. Running on fumes. All right, let me bring something up really quick though before. Wow, you guys. So I opened the news map thing. Oh, did I lose it? Oh, look at this article. This is freaking hilarious. Just the headline. Japanese scientists tried mailing freeze-dried mouse sperm on a postcard. Here's what they discovered. Oh my god. A method for preserving mouse sperm by freeze-drying it on a sheet. I thought that it should be able to be mailed on a postcard, and so when offspring were actually born after being mailed, I was very impressed. What? I mean, I feel like these people have way too much time on their hands. I mean, what are you doing? I'm sure there's some creepy freaking mechanical genetically modified reason that they would want to freeze dry sperm and mail it on a postcard. I mean, why? Who thinks of this shit? I mean, what the fuck? What? What could be possibly be the purpose for having to freeze dry sperm? A preservation method, which previously had been the first team to succeed in freeze drying and preserving mammalian sperm, which they sent to the space station. Oh, sure they did. Sure they did. Wow, this gets even more fucked up. Like, more retarded. They freeze-dried sperm and sent to the space station to study the effects of space radiation on baby mice. The sperm was originally preserved in a glass ampule, which is a bottle made of glass. Okay. All these bottles were small, they were quite bulky and broke easily, rendering the sperm they carried unusable. The team needed large volumes of mouse sperm for their research in space, but because cushions had to be used to prevent breakage during the rocket launch, they could only carry a small amount. So, they were having problems carrying mouse sperm to space. It's way too expensive to carry mouse sperm to space to make mouse babies in space to see how they get affected by space. So we're gonna freeze dry sperm to send it to space. Do you think this is real? Does this really happen? Sometimes I read these articles and I gotta wonder, is this a fake AI written article? Or are they really doing this shit? Mailing viable mouse freeze-dried spermatozoa on postcards. Successful. Tens of thousands of mouse strains can be preserved in a single sperm book. Okay. What? So think about this, you guys. Okay, now I'm seeing where the okay, now it's painfully obvious where the evil plan comes into play on this, right? So they're going to take everybody's sperm, all the sperm banks, they're going to freeze dry it, right? They could freeze dry sperm from a population, right? From a male, various males, they can have their little book, right? And anytime anytime they want to populate an area, they can go through their little book, pick out what they want, you know, rehydrate it, and then boom, start their little weird, you know, genetically modified experiment test tube baby growth thing. I mean, all of this stuff, well, why? You know? Look at, there's their book. There's their sperm book. Look at. They could do a book like that for people too. Right? Well, I mean, why not? And then they could just keep it all up on a shelf, right? All, you know, in their little sperm library, you know. Oh, we need to populate this area with this type of person. That's creepy, man. That's creepy, if you ask me. Astronomers detected a huge new structure in the Milky Way and don't know what it is. Astronomers detected a huge new structure in the Milky Way and don't know what it is. When you're, okay, hold on. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I need more coffee. We're danger low. Danger low, okay? Hi, Jennifer. Be right back. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Have to make sure I go back to the screen share. Okay. Astronomers detected a huge new structure in the Milky Way and don't know what it is. Look at. Okay, here's the thing. Just look at the first paragraph of this article. When you're... Let me see if I can zoom in. When you're swimming in a large body of water, calculating its volume or discerning the locations of distant floating objects isn't easy. You think? The same is true for our galaxy, except they seem to know the size and shape of everything that's floating out there. From our position inside the Milky Way, much of its size, contents, and three-dimensional structure is really tricky to figure out. There's a lot that eludes us or is impossible to calculate. Even so, every now and again, a discovery comes along that makes you wonder, how in the heck did we miss that? Okay, so what did they see? A newly discovered structure named the cattail is just such a wonder. It's a long curl of gas that's so large, astronomers aren't sure whether or not it might actually be part of a galactic spiral arm that we never noticed until now. Even if it isn't the sign of an unmapped spiral arm, the cattail may be the largest filament of gas in our galaxy discovered to date. It's been described in a paper accepted to the Astrophysical Journal Letters, blah, blah, blah. The structure appears to be so far the furthest and largest giant filament in the galaxy. A team of astronomers from Nanjing University in China writes in the paper. Oh, there's a link to the paper. A question about how such a huge filament is produced at the extreme galactic location remains open. Alternatively, cattail might be part of a new arm. A new arm. Although it's puzzling that the structure does not fully follow the warp of the galactic disk. Maybe because we're not on a galactic disk? Because when you look at the Milky Way, you're not looking at a galactic disk? Because you don't know what the fuck you're looking at? Maybe that's why it's so puzzling that it doesn't match? There are several reasons why it's hard to map the Milky Way in 3 dimensions. One of them is that it's very tricky to work out the distances to cosmic objects. Why? Why is it so tricky to work out the distances to cosmic objects? You know, you notice how they always just stop there? They just say it's tricky. They don't say why it's tricky, because if they explained it in full detail, you would say, well, then how the fuck do you know the size of anything in the sky? Because you don't. Another is that there is a lot of stuff out there, so it can be hard to know if something is a significant grouping or just random collection spread out along a line of sight. Exactly, you don't know what you're looking at. They use a 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope. Spherical radio telescope to look for clouds of neutral atomic hydrogen. Such clouds are usually found in the spiral arms of galaxies like ours. You don't know what the spiral... You don't know what you're looking at. Oh, usually found in the spiral arm, like as if they know what even anything is. Oh. You know what? Hey, isn't this interesting? Because check this out. Does that thing look familiar? China's, this is new, January 21st, 2020. The world's largest and most sensitive radio telescope is fully open for business according to Xinhua, or what, I don't even know how to say Chinese words, okay? So don't judge me. China's official state-run media. The FAST radio telescope saw its first light in 2016, but has been undergoing testing and commissioning since then. FAST stands for 500-meter aperture spherical telescope. FAST nickname is Tianyan, which means eye of the sky or eye of heaven. It's built in a natural depression in Guizhou, southwest China. Interesting. Because remember this thing? Hold on. The Arecibo Observatory, which was, this used to be the biggest telescope. Thousand-foot spherical reflector dish. This thing just, they basically abandoned it. I don't know if they abandoned it or they could have wrecked it, but they crashed it, right? That was the one that they were seeing supposedly all of the whatchamacallit, all of the asteroids, the supposed asteroids, they all supposedly come from things that they see with that dish, right? And they just it just crashed. Remember that? That's loud. That was loud. But when was that? Yeah, it was like the very end of 2020, right? That whole thing just crashed. I mean, this right here, I mean, they're looking right at it when it snaps. So it's almost like they were expecting that to happen. Maybe they knew it was, maybe, I don't know. But I know that was the biggest telescope. And oh, how convenient. This one gets destroyed and now all of a sudden China's got the big telescope. Right? Yeah, but they were not keeping this thing up for a while, I think. I mean, as far as I know. Anyway, I don't want to get a copyright, but now this one's fully operational, so no worries. We'll still be able to find those pesky asteroids that keep trying to threaten us every month or so. Radio telescopes are very sus. Yeah, gas in a vacuum, exactly. Gas. How does gas congeal in a vacuum? Science says that gas expands in a vacuum. Anyway, so why did I start looking at this? What was it? Oh, because they said that they found some filament in the Milky Way, right? That would make it even more colossal than the gas structure known as Gould's Belt, which was recently found to be 9,000 light years long. Oh, right, I'm sure. Boy, they like to make a lot of speculations. This whole thing is just nothing but speculations. Okay. I want to see. Usually they have some janky picture to go along with it. So where's your janky picture? No official code. Related papers. That's it? This is it? You don't even have a fake picture? Why do they even talk about it? Why do they even fucking talk about it? That's what I want to know. All right. Hold on one sec. What do you guys make of the flat earth model inside a globe, as above, so below, so to speak? It seems like something they would do, a half-truth, so they can call us conspiracy theorists. Well, Smoke C, that kind of goes along with the cosmic egg theory, right? If you think about it, the cosmic egg, right? Well, I don't have but like egg shaped, like something like this, right? And then, you know, the plane. And it also actually goes along with how a magnetic field is built, right? It also goes along with how a magnetic field is built. So, or how the structure of a magnetic field, I should say, right? Because it's got, in the middle, it's got the dielectric plane of inertia. And then you have the null point in the center where everything goes to, right? In, out, it's like perpetual motion, right? Infinite perpetual motion, right? And so that plane, right, would kind of be there, like, right? Kind of like this is like the Babylonian, this is the one I got the tattoo of, right? So it's like you're inside, but not inside the way that crazy concavers think, right? We're not on the inside of the wall curving inside, right? Like walking on the inside wall of a ball. That's what concave earthers think, that you're like everything, you know, like completely flip it inside out. And then they think that space is like in the center of the ball. There's like this little space sphere that projects everything. It's really, it's insane. But it does make sense, right? That you would have the plane, and then you have the as above, so below, and then it also goes with like Yggdrasil, you know, pretty much all of the ancient cosmologies. Let's see. I have a picture with all of those things, all of those old cosmologies. Let me see if I can find it. Because they all pretty much look like that too. I'm sure you all have seen it, but it's good to bring it up and look at it again. Like this is one of them, right? Maya, Masonic, Inca, Navajo, that's one of them. Where it's, you know, it shows it encased in a spherical shaped universe. Although realistically, nobody knows what's beyond our known world. Nobody. So, you know, people can speculate all they want. Oh, here we go. Here's Yggdrasil too. Right? This is like that. Right? So, right? Like that. It is kind of like that, like as above, so below. And I always think about, I've thought about that quite a bit too. Because if there is an as above, so below, the way it would work is like, there could be, and this is just a thought I've had, there could be a, do I have a flat earth map? Here we go. And I know, just making sure I have my left and right ears and right. I know that a lot of people call this map controlled opposition, blah, 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 blah. I don't care, okay? I know this could not be it, but this is as close as I think we can get right now. So stop crying about it and just roll with it for a minute, okay? If you have it like this, right? And it's as above, so below, and everything is polarity and everything has an opposite, well then, like, if this is where we're existing, what's on the other side? There could be another, you know, something on the other side where, and the hole in the center that everybody talks about, what if you go in the hole in the center, that hole, and when you go in that hole, you come out the other side and it's like another place. That's what I imagine. And I don't even know, I'm not even sure how to model it. I would like to try to figure out how to like artistically render it, like what I see in my head, how it works. But like, you know how there's that story about them going and finding the hole in the center and flying inside? And it's like you go in there and they're like, oh, there's another land. Well, not necessarily like, I mean, some people think it's like hollow earth, like you go in and you're going inside the earth, where, you know, I guess it would be kind of like this. Kind of like this, but like the dark half is, you know, underneath the plane, you know, there's something down here, but instead of it being open like this, it's like, I don't know. But it makes, to me, you know, how they have it like you're inside the earth and it's like there's a sun and stuff down in there, like Journey to the Center of the Earth. But maybe it's not like that. Maybe you're not, you know, it's not like here's where they're at under the earth and here's the plane where we live on. Maybe it's like, you know, like here's one side and then here's the other side. And it's like, whatever side you're on that's up to you, right? That's up to you. You wouldn't even know the difference. It wouldn't even look different. It would just be another plane. It'd be like going in an entrance to another plane. Right? And everything could work the same down there, you know, on the other side, just as it does on this side. It's just the other side. You know? Catch you on the flip side. That's what I was thinking about that. You know, they always talk about, you say people catch you on the flip side. Where's the flip side? Right? Like in Stranger Things. Or there's that other movie that was made, it was called, it was actually called Upside Down. The movie was called Upside Down. And it was where there was two, in this universe of this movie. Let me see if I can find pictures of it, because it's really bizarre. In this movie, there's like two, the universe in which the characters of this movie exist, right? It's like a plane. Oh, these are those COVID coins we were looking at. Oh my God, it's so bad. Okay, let's see. Upside Down movie images. Okay, see, this is how it is, right? This is how there's literally, you know, a world down here, and then there's a world up above. And if you are standing down here and look up, you can see that world. And if you're on that world, you know, but to each of them, they are, you know what I mean? It's bizarre. Right? And here's the thing. If you were a person from the down world and you went to the up world, your polarity didn't work, right? So you'd always be trying to go back to your plane, to your side. Your body wanted to always be attracted to the down, and vice versa for the up, right? So how they this love story happens is they go and they meet on a mountain peak where they can get close enough to each other, and he uses a rope to pull her down, and so they meet up in the mountain and they have this love affair, right? And then he tries to put on this suit that weighs him down so that he won't float away when he's in her world. And it's like it's like his body, it's like nothing about how, you know, his body just doesn't want to exist in that plane because he's polarized to the other side. And actually, as freaking bizarre as that seems in this movie, it is so weird that actually makes sense electromagnetically. However, the two worlds would not be facing each other. They would be back to back, right? The two worlds would not be facing it. It wouldn't be like this. It'd be reversed, right? So and obviously we look up and we see sky. So there's no other world up there, right? It's sky. So that's what it is. It's like, it could be like this, where instead of the worlds facing each other, they're back to back. They're opposites. That's a possibility in my mind, and it actually would work. I think how I think about it in my mind, it even works within the physics of the known realm. And that's just a weird thing, you know how they do it. They put the truth in the movies and lies throughout the news. They manufacture opinions, inform all of your views. Everything you think you know is actually opposite. But what do you do when reality's fraudulent? Shout out to ODD. So, yeah. I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't watch a lot of movies either, but that one I did watch because of the nature of it, like what it was. And you have to watch that stuff when you get a bug about it. There's, I just felt like there was something in there to it, and just the way how it all worked, it was really bizarre. So I don't know. What if people born on this plane who are polarized to this plane can't exist down there on the other side? What if you go to the other side and you can fly because you're polarized the wrong way? What about that, y'all? What if we could go down the hole and come out the other side, and then we're like Superman? We could like, oh, fly. What if that's what happens when you go to the plane, the opposite plane? You have like these superpowers. Wouldn't that be crazy? What if that crazy stuff that we see over here is because it came from the other side and it is polarized differently, and so it doesn't behave the way we do here? That's something to think about. Trip on that for a minute. What if we could go to the other side and it's like completely different? What if it's really freaking cool for us over there? And vice versa. And that's why they're hiding it. I don't know. What if we are the other side? That's why it's so dark. I don't get that comment. I have to think about that. Yeah, what if? I know, it's a lot of what ifs. Earthquakes might make sense in your theory, Karen. Maybe it's wars or explosions from the opposite side of the world. I don't know. I actually think that earthquakes and stuff like that is because the realm is alive. And sometimes it moves. Crystals grow. Crystals are always changing. Rocks are always changing. They go so slow that you don't really notice it with your naked eye, you know? You have to watch it over a long time. But I feel like that's just how the realm works. I don't know. Whatever, you know, the source is for all of this stuff, for the lights in the sky, whatever is powering all that stuff is also probably making it possible so that the realm can always change and grow, expand. Maybe the realm's expanding. Maybe it's always getting bigger, like expanding out, like ripples in a pond. I mean, that, you know, that's why people think it could be an infinite plane. I don't know that it's infinite. You could never prove you could never prove anything to be infinite anyway, because if it goes on forever, how are you ever going to get back to tell us that you found out that it was infinite? It's impossible to prove. Nobody knows how big it is. Nobody knows where it ends. So it could be that it's just expanding. I don't know. I know nothing. I don't know shit. That's what I know. All I know is that I don't know nothing. All I know is that I just don't know. All I know is that I don't know nothing. So, but it sure is fun to talk about. I do think it's possible that there's a flip side. Yeah, it's possible that there's a flip side though. So our lakes would be their waters above. Maybe. No, Jennifer. No, our lakes would not be their waters above. Our lake, it'd be like if I had two of these exactly, and I had them back to back, and on each side was this, right? And now I'm gonna have to try to like make some sort of graphic to visualize this, but it would be like, right? Both. So the rock, the earth in the center, earth plane in the center for both, sky above for them, sky above for us. Be like that. Who are the assholes with the 13 thumbs down? Listen, not everybody appreciates the coffee talk, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Some people just like to, you know, thumbs my stuff down just because. That's okay. Whatever. Haters gonna hate, crybaby's gonna cry. Boo-hoo. God created a firmament to separate the waters above from the waters below. Okay, but you know, it could be the exact same thing on the other side, you know, except, you know, it would still be above for them. It's just opposite. I don't know, though. It's just, you know. Oh, cheers for the tip, Richard, on Rockfin. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm going to set up call in. Let me get my call in ready.
Recording in progress.
Let's stop that.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. Let's see. Enable waiting room, chat, unmute, start video. Okay. I'm going to open the phones if anybody wants to call. Hold on 1 second. Don't call yet. Make sure I have it set up correctly before I do such a thing. I also may have to take another break before I open my phones all the way. All right. Yeah, there's definitely something going on in the center because everything revolves around the center. It is, there's technically, from what I understand, there's no actual treaty keeping people out of the North Pole. Like there's an Antarctic treaty where all the countries went and signed it. And they're like, this is our territory, keep out. There's really no official document like that about the North Pole, but it is heavily, 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 heavily occupied by troops. There's military stuff going on up around there all the time. The Russians have a whole bunch of stuff going on around towards the center there. You'd never be able to get there. I mean, there've been a couple of people who raised money and they're like, we're going to the North Pole. They never went there. They never got anywhere close. Remember Flat Earth Paradise dude? And he was trying to get there? They didn't get there. They didn't get anywhere close. And that dude just, I don't know what he's doing now, but he's not trying to get to the North Pole anymore. So, it's almost like, you know, and not to say that nothing can be gleaned from going to Antarctica or exploring it or trying to get past, you know, those areas. I don't know. But it does seem like by making a thing and putting a treaty out there and sort of making a big stink about it, that they're sort of, it's almost like they're trying to distract you from what could possibly be going on in the center, in my opinion, right? It's almost like they could be, you know, it's like dangling in a carrot over here. And then meanwhile, there's way more impertinent information to be found in the center than in the hostile outer limits of the known world in that desolate place called Antarctica, which looks completely uninviting, and I actually don't have any desire to go anywhere near that place ever, personally. Maybe yeah. Makes you wonder if it's even possible for us to get there. I think it is. I think it is possible to get to the center. I think it's way more possible to get to the center than it is to get to Antarctica. Way possible, easier. But I think that it's guarded, but it's hush-hush guarded. Like, I think if you actually went and tried to do it, they'd turn your ass around or they'd stop you. I mean, that's just my opinion. I really want to see that magnetic rock at the center. You know what? I had a dream about what was at the center one time. And, oh wait, hold on. Let me... You know what? Okay, before I get into that, I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Big outer ring to guard middle is much smaller. That's right, Richard. It's much easier to guard the center than it is to guard the outer ring, but the outer ring doesn't really need guarding because it's so freaking hostile in Antarctica, right? It's freaking hostile. Like, I don't really want to go there. I don't need any discouragement either. I don't need any discouragement. Okay, what were we talking about? The center. Okay, so in the North Pole maps, there is they say there's a magnetic mountain, right? Actually, let me pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up. This is this is one of my favorite topics, by the way. One of my favorite topics is talking about the North Pole and the magnetic mountain, because there's so many parts of this that so many people don't even realize. Let me see. I gotta find my folder with all my maps. All my maps. Maps. Old maps. That's okay. Here we go. This is a good one. So this one, this is not the highest res version I have, but okay, so this is the old North Pole map that, you know, the 1500s Mercator North Pole map, and like over here it says that's where Asia is, and this one says K part, I don't know. Anyway, and then over here would be Greenland, but you can kind of see where all those northern countries, like even over here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, anyway. So in the center it says Polis Arcticus. Polis Arctis. Is it Polis Arctis? See, I need to find the higher res version. Let me see. Mercator. I know I have a high res version of this stupid map. At least I should. Mercator World. Mercator Arctic. Mercator North Pole. Oh, here we go. Boom. This one's better. Oh, whoops. Here. Okay. So Polis Arctis, and then this is the Rupus, and then right here it will say Rupus Negris L Altissima. If you zoom in on it, it's hard to see, but Rupus Negris L Altissima, which means the high black cliffs. High black cliffs, right? That's a magnetic mountain in the center. And then over here, check this out. This is also a magnetic mountain. So on these old maps, there's two magnetic mountains. And I never even, for the longest, I never knew this. But it's true. Polus Magnus Respectu Insularu Corpus Viridis. So anyways, this one, when you translate it from Latin, it's like the magnetic mountain with respect to the green islands. Okay, so this is the high black cliffs, the magnetic mountain in the center, and then this is the magnetic mountain next to the green island. Okay, so there's two magnetic mountains on the pole in the old maps, which actually, and then if you look at, now every magnetic field is going to have a positive and a negative, a red and a blue, right? And if you look at hold on, and if you look at now I gotta go search out the other thing, azimuthal. Where do I have that picture at? I gotta look. Think about where I have that picture. Here. I'm looking for the picture of the, my goodness. Here we go. Should be in this folder. Mag map. Okay. Well, this is not exactly the one I was looking for, but okay. So this is where they show you the magnetic model. Can you guys see that? I better make sure that you can see it. Okay. So this is the magnetic field map, right? For the North Pole, supposedly. Okay. Now, that's a quadrupole. You see how there's a red, there's two reds coming out and there's two blues coming out. So that's a quadrupole. Okay. So that means that there's two magnetic sources there. So there's two magnetic mountains in the center, supposedly, on this North Pole map, which goes along with there being a quadrupole magnetic field signature in the center. Did you guys know? Which is kind of trippy, right? Yeah. So, where was I going with this? Because we were talking about the center, and what's at the center? Oh, the high black cliffs. You wanted to see the high black cliffs. Okay, so check this out. So I spent a lot of time looking at these maps a few years ago, right? And then I never did finish it because it's too hard to translate ancient Latin. Like, it was very hard. I did translate some of it, and there's some interesting shit on these maps. I will tell you that they've wrote. I would have to go into my files to dig it out. Maybe I'll get back into it and start doing it again, because it was actually pretty interesting. But I had a dream one time while I was looking at all this stuff that I went to the North Pole and I saw the high black cliffs. And here's the crazy thing. It was this big, giant black mountain. I mean, just like it's described, the high black cliffs, right? And it was black and shiny, like almost metallic shiny. And it was, and the rest of, and the water around it, like everything, it was really moderate and like almost tropical. It was warm. The water was warm. The weather was nice in this dream when we were like all like, you know, in a boat going around this thing, and then you just look up and it's this giant cliff. I mean, that's just how a dream I had. That doesn't mean anything that it's real or anything like that, but that's just how, in my mind's eye, I guess that's how my subconscious was showing it to me, or how I was imagining it in that dream. But then when I described that, somebody told me that, oh, you know what? It sounds like you're describing Baal's pyramid. And then I looked up images of this thing, and this is kind of what I saw in my dream, kind of like this. Just this big pointy rock just sticking out like that. It was like that, but the rock in my dream didn't look like that. It was much, much bigger. Much bigger, and it was black and shiny, like metallic shiny. But it was similar to something like this looking. For visual reference, I'll just say, this is kind of what I saw in my dream. And here's the other thing. Let me see if I can bring it up. Magnetite. Okay. Magnetite is a mineral. Actually, in my dream, this is what the mountain looked like the patina of it, the finish of it. It was like this. It was like this. It looked just like that, but huge and sticking out of the ocean. And here's the thing: magnetite naturally grows in the shape of a octahedron. which is like very similar to this shape in the center, and it's like a naturally magnetic rock mineral. Here, see, like this. It naturally grows in that shape, like the shape of two pyramids. You know, these are different, but it naturally grows in this shape, like two pyramids butted up next to each other, like that. Anyway, just something fun to think about. I don't know what's at the center, but that's sort of what I picture. I picture a giant magnetic crystal rock coming out from the center, and like you can't see the top of it. At least in my dream, that's how it was. You couldn't see the top of it. And actually, let me go back to that map, if I can find it again. Preview. File, open recent. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, right here, where it says, okay, this part right here, is describing the cliffs, right? It's saying that there's 19 openings. So if you count all these little openings here, there's 19 of them that go towards the center. And then there's the main four rivers, but there's 19 openings. Like all the little fingers that splay out here, supposedly if you count them, there's 19. And it even says here, there's 19 openings. It's kind of blurry. I'm sorry, you guys can't see really well. And then it talks about how the cliffs are 33 leagues high. 33 leagues high, okay? That's what it says. It says on these maps, it says that the Black Cliffs are 33 leagues tall. Now, this map was written or made supposedly around 1500, around the year 1500. So I went and I tried to figure out how long is a league, right? And if you go and you look up how long a league is, it depends what time period. It depends what time period that they're using the league and whether or not it's like water or whatever. But at the time that this map was made, in the 1500s time frame, at that time, the length of a league, the league used that he's referring to in this map, is the same as a modern day nautical mile. It's the same as a modern mile. So at the center, supposedly, there's a high black mountain that's 33 miles tall. That's what it's saying. So, could that be why they don't want anybody getting close to the center? Because you might see the big mountain in the center? You know? You might see the big magnetic mountain in the center. And think about it, that also, like what I was saying about the flip side, if there is a big one in the center, you know, it's going the same on the opposite side. And maybe that mountain, that big mountain, is somehow part of the source of what we see in the sky or how this place works. Yes, 33 miles. But you have to go back to the time, to what they considered that to be at the time that this map was made. At the time that this map was made, 1 league is equal to a mile. Yeah, I'm so sick of the number 33, but it's all over the map. They say the mountain's 33 miles tall. Supposedly. That's what Mercator put. So tall that you're not going to see the top of it. You're not going to see the top of it. And so if you think about that, okay, that the mountain is, if the mountain's 33 miles tall, okay, that sort of gives you an idea about how far away they have to keep people from the center from seeing it, right? So we always talk about how, like, in the center of the map, we think it's bigger. We think it's bigger there. And nobody, all this land, there's so much extra land, the Siberia and stuff over here. Nobody goes to these places, right? These Greenland, because right there, it starts to get desolate again. But I think once you get past that cold, like a ring, I want to say there's probably like a cold ring. I feel like you can get past that and you get inside that, and then it gets warm again because you're closer to the source. So how, if it's 33 miles tall, and you think about like angular resolution and distance to horizon and how far away you can see something and stuff, that tells you, they have to keep a wide berth there, right? Like how at least there's going to be a minimum size there about how far away they have to keep you from the center, right? So it kind of fits. It all kind of fits a little bit. I don't know. Maybe they're Maybe they're injecting everyone with graphene so they never go to the magnetic north. Maybe, Dave. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna kill... I think I should kill YouTube. What do you guys think? And then I can open the phones if anybody wants to call in and talk. I know I've been talking about the North Pole and shit. That's the call-in number. Wait, let me make sure I have the same. Okay, you know what? Hold on. That's not right. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Waiting room, no passcode.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Sorry, you guys. Not the smoothest at setting up my little call. My call setup. Okay. So here we go. Has a new meeting ID. So there is going to be a meeting ID. So that's not the meeting ID. The meeting ID, at least I don't think it is. Yeah, that's the meeting ID. Okay, if you want to call in, call that number. And that is the meeting ID for you to join, if you so choose. Or you can join... How do I put this back next to you? There we go. All right. You can join via computer, or you can call on the phone. Cheers, Pete May. Thank you for the tip. I have to agree with you. There is way too much focus on the southern areas when there is a definite center we could discover. Absolutely. Yes, RT Northern Lights. I think the injections are software to connect 060606 to the internet. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna kill YouTube so that we can talk uncensored. So anybody over at YouTube, I'm gonna end the YouTube stream right now. I've got 95 viewers over there. If you could go to Rockfin, Rockfin is where it's at. But although you do have to be a subscriber for this on Rockfin, I also am still streaming on DLive and Twitch. But I am going to end the YouTube stream, so everybody head over to another area. And if you want to call in, the number's on the screen with the meeting ID number. Hey, Patricia. Yeah. All right. I am ending the YouTube stream. So thanks for being here, you guys. It's going to be a minute. Call in. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can use P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. Also, links below for donations and merch if you are interested in that. Anything at all is greatly appreciated. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about Flattoberfest 2021 and other Flat Earth Festival events. You can email me about Flat Earth Festivals at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com, and for everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.